Hello, Bob. My name is Melissa and I'll be your social worker today. Would you like to have a seat?
Sure, thanks. It's nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you as well, Bob. Can I offer you anything to drink before we get started?
No thanks.
Okay, so what brings you in today?
Well, my wife has been nagging me lately. We've been married for 30 years. It feels like forever. I cannot seem to do anything right. She has said that she's been asking for a divorce if it wasn't for her mom who lives with us. I can't do that. I'm a Christian, and it is my duty to be with this woman for better or worse. I have found myself to be very angry lately, and sometimes I say things that aren't me out of anger towards her. She's been more argumentative lately because of this. She refuses to get help and sometimes says, "Don't pull that psychological crap on me. I'm frustrated. I don't know what to do. Can you help me?"
Yes, of course I can help. Thanks for trusting me with this information. It sounds like you have a lot going on. From what you mentioned, it sounds as if you are a bit overwhelmed. Tell me a little bit more about how you cope after an argument with your wife.
Well, as I said, I get really angry. I'm almost always verbally abusive. I can't help it. It's like she provokes me.
Well, it's very good that you realize these types of behaviors are unhealthy, and it's even better that you've taken the steps to fix these problems.
Sometimes it feels like I can't do anything right. It feels good to know that someone is actually listening. Thank you.
That's what I'm here for. You mentioned your faith. It sounds really important to you.
It really is. My wife and I went on a couples retreat with another couple who shares our faith. It's good to get away from work and daily arguments.
Yes. It sounds like you really enjoyed yourself. Are there any other things that you enjoy doing that you could do after an argument with your wife?
I enjoy fishing. It's pretty relaxing.
Wow, Bob, that sounds very peaceful. Maybe when you begin to get angry, you could tell your wife that you need a breather and just go enjoy some fishing time.
I never thought of that. I will definitely give it a try. Beach arguing with this woman all the time.
Okay, great. Separating ourselves from this type of situation allows us to regroup. We then are able to collect our thoughts and reapproach a person with a clear mind.
I really hope I can do this.
It really takes some practice, but I have faith that you can do it. Speaking of faith, you mentioned that your wife would not meet with a social worker. Do you think she might be able to speak with your pastor?
She's very religious as well. I think she might agree.
Bob, since you're already familiar with your pastor, would you want to call him up to set some marital counseling so hopefully your wife would attend?
Sure, that would be helpful.
Great. I'm glad that you think this will work for the both of you. It's important that both of you work on your marriage in a way that is most comfortable for you. You mentioned your anger being a big part of the problem, but you've been married for 30 years. So has this always been the case?
No, not always. We've been dealing with a lot recently with our grandkids and her mother's health. She gets stressed and takes it out on me, and that's when I become verbally abusive.
Oh, it sounds like you really haven't had any time for yourself. That can be stressful.
I agree.
Have you considered anger management classes?
I haven't. To me, anger management is that movie with Adam Sandler. You know, the one where he says goose faba. But really, I would like to give it a try.
That movie is really funny. It's great that you have a sense of humor about this. Would you mind if I set you up with some anger management courses?
Wow, you would do that? If it's not a problem, I'd really appreciate it. I wouldn't even know where to start.
It's not a problem at all. I'll make an appointment for you after our session. Are there any other dates or times that work best for you?
I'd prefer Tuesday since I have that day to myself. I'm also best about getting out in the afternoons for appointments.
Okay, I'll see what they have available. Tuesday afternoon. I'll see what I can do.
Great, that will be a great burden lifted off of my shoulders.
I'm glad I could help. Before you go, would you like to schedule up a follow appointment with me?
Yes, it's easy to talk about doing these things, but coming back here would hold me accountable.
Okay, would you like me to schedule you for Tuesday afternoon?
Yes, please.
Okay, Bob, next Tuesday at 3.
That works for me. Thank you very much.
No problem. See you on Tuesday.
All right, see you next Tuesday.